Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and Rex is still here too. And but anyway, uh, I I thought it was kind of funny. The other day, uh, I come across the comment in which uh, they were offended that I called them weak, and I thought it was funny because the first thing I thought was, well, how'd they know I was talking about them? So, but anyway, the thing is, I thought it made me start thinking. Maybe I better clarify more about weak. Now, there's weak, and there is a lot of weak. And then when you get a lot of weak, that gets close to stupid. Now, and I've been known to call people stupid. A lot of times I'll do it to their face. I don't mind it. But the thing is, being weak, there's nothing wrong with being weak. Weak is when there's a subject matter or something in the way of skills, stuff like this in which you are weak, and you're just no good at it. Now, and there's nothing wrong with it, because there are people that are strong in that field. And all you need to do is try to improve. And then as you improve, then that particular subject matter won't be a weakness anymore. Okay, I give a lot of hell to people that wear a mask. And the thing is, I understand you're weak. You don't know. You don't understand the subject. So you blindly follow. And when you blindly follow, then that's a weakness right there. That is a weakness. Now, if you follow and it's thought out, it's not a weakness. That's a choice. And that's the same thing. They mentioned that, well, I had no choice. It got so bad I had no choice. So I had to do whatever. And you, as me, referred to it as they are weak. Well, okay, when you get to the point where I had no choice, go back and think, how many choices have you made to get to that point where you say, I had no choice? In other words, yes, you may have got yourself into so many bad decisions that it got you to you're trapped and you had no choice. Boy, spending money is a good example on that. I don't know how many people have a problem handling money, and then they're in debt more than what they come up with, than they can come up with. And they say, well, I mean, look, I owe all this money. It's so bad, I have no choice. Think back. Okay, car payment, house payment, what are you eating? How are you living your life? I mean, maybe you're spending more than what you can afford. That's where I come from when I say I live within my means, and I'm always trying to up my means. Uh, I'll never live above my means. And about the only time was when I was in the oil business. And then, man, I mean, I went from a world from, just a, few $1,000s a month you got to spend to over $100,000 multiple times a month. So it was a big deal. And I was able to keep it going until I had no choice. And what that was government regulations and government taxation and all this. And it wasn't just me. Everybody. No, not quite everybody. All the small producers, they all went out of business, and no different than me. So now the one difference was I didn't owe so much. I lost everything, but everything I had was enough to pay off my debt, most of it. It took me about another, I think, 8, 10, 12 years afterwards to pay off one debt. But I was able to do it. And the thing is, you make choices. When you make enough bad choices, then you get to the point where I had no choice. So, in other words, you did have choices. Back down the road, you made choices, and now you take care of that now and think a little bit. Think ahead, down the road. Think how you're going to do this. You're broke. Well, you quit your job, but you didn't have another job to go to when you quit your job. That's why I got multiple businesses going. In one business, I'll be more pushing on it. And then if something happens and then it doesn't work, well, then I can go to another business and keep that going. I've learned in business, that's the way it's been for me. And so we make mistakes. That's not a big deal. Repeating the same mistakes is a big deal. And one way people avoid that is they don't make choices. You get comfortable in your own little world, and then in your own little world, you don't have to make choices, or you make very few choices, and you just survive. And that's one thing that I've never been known for that. I'm active. I want to do things. I want to see things. I want to learn. And so that's why I make so many mistakes. I'm getting into stuff that I don't know anything about. And I know I'm going to make mistakes. I just don't make repeated mistakes. And I'm learning from my mistakes. That's part of my learning, is by making mistakes. I don't know if everybody does like that, but to me, I don't know how you can help it. The more you do, the more chances you take, the more apt to make mistakes. And so I've had to learn to, don't get too crazy on taking on new adventures. It was funny because I was looking. You can go to No Stress Mike on YouTube. Go No Stress Mike and China, and you'll see my videos when I was in China. And I couldn't believe and I knew at the time that I had problems finding food, and even shelter was questionable. And I got myself in a lot of predicaments. And what was I, 68, 67, something like that, when all this was going on. And you would think, well, you're an idiot, you should know better than that kind of stuff, because I got myself into something I had no idea what I was getting into. But it's not the first time I've got myself into stuff that I had no idea what I was getting into. It just takes me a little while to get all this worked out. And but anyway, I thought that was very interesting when I was mentioned on the video. I said, man, I'm having a problem finding food. I think I mentioned I got bread, and I don't know, there was something else that I got. And I was able to find that, and so then I wasn't starving, but I was having a hard time finding food. And then I thought, I don't remember, I didn't. I remember I made a video. I think I said it, but also one of the things on the wall, they got a white thing up there, and that's what my experience has been. That's been an air conditioner up there. And when I was in the first thing when I got to China, what I found out is they had the air conditioner, but there was no heater. Then after a few days, I found out that's a heater and an air conditioner. So, but like I say, I couldn't read the instructions. I couldn't read the remote to make it work. I couldn't read nothing, so I didn't know what it was doing. And so, so there was a lot of things I had, a lot of weaknesses that I had to work on and work on them quick and try to figure out what is going on. Where was I? How do I even move from one location to another when you can't read anything, you can't talk to anybody? I mean, I was really lonely and I was surrounded by a million people, but like I say, I couldn't talk to anybody. And so, in other words, we have our weak moments, but that doesn't mean we have to stay weak. We can think, and we can take a back step. When you say, "Oh, I went down the wrong way on that," and then you can back up and then make another turn instead of going the same place that you were going. And this is one of the things I talk about is you can change your personality. Because if your personality is wrong, it'll get you in trouble too. So then you have to change your personality so then you can adapt to different situations. All of this is separated by weakness and stupidity. Stupid is when you think, well, you don't have any confidence and you think, oh, I'm stupid, I can't get anything done. No, you can. You just have to think, I made a mistake, and then improve on that mistake. That's why building confidence is such an important thing. I know we had a family meeting here yesterday, and somebody mentioned, well, why people say you need to ride a horse, and I said, well, yeah, you do. And they said, well, why do you need to ride a horse? I mean, how often you need to ride a horse? How often you need to do that? I said, well, the best time to ride a horse is when you're a kid. And the thing is, the horse is so massive, so big, and you learn how to control it, you learn how to get on it, you learn how to ride it, and all this. That's building up your confidence. Yeah, you can take care of a dog or a cat or something, but try a horse. When you're a little kid, you're taking care of a horse, and I've talked about it. Now I started with Shetland ponies, and so I was bigger than the Shetland pony, but Shetland ponies are mean. And boy, those suckers will step on you and bite you and stuff like that. So I had to learn, self-defense against the Shetland pony. And then, so when I came to the horse, I just looked at it as a big Shetland pony. So riding a horse wasn't not a problem at all. And I was able to get a lot of benefits from it. But anyway, these could be weaknesses if you don't handle them right, if you don't learn from them, or they could be great confidence builders. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.